In narcissistic relationships, the victim is always cast in this dual role, one that a lot of people can't name, but once I say it, you're going to recognize it, which is having to endure humiliation, both privately and publicly, while also being required to manage the persona, the reputation of that narc, both privately and publicly. And that tension that usually is part of the, breaking down of the victim that a lot of my people understand as their own shame spiral. The tension of that is because it is requiring you to not be present in your own experience, but in fact, you have to go counter to that. So that tension is by tolerating abuse and also protecting the abuser. That requires abandonment of self and also having to perform. So the antidote of narcissistic shame is presence and it's disengagement. And that presence is in owning your truth, whether that is speaking the narrative of your truth out loud if you choose to do that, or you don't even need to do that. It's actually living in your truth by even your thoughts that get activated when you hear any of these things, or you remember the things that they did to humiliate you. You anchor yourself back in saying, that is not my truth that I need to negotiate. That narrative belongs to them, and I see that clearly now. And then living in that truth, living in that integrity of knowing who you are allows for further detachment from that wounded self that you were with into your secure self of who you've become.